artists who think they are geniuses and that geniuses are needed. But art is the genius. Art itself. The art laughs about my genius. It says, hey, come on. It's like as if I would say, oh, I have a lot of energy. And then you see the sun. It cannot be compared. It has it doesn't mean anything. Human geniuses are not needed in the world. And they don't exist. It's an exaggeration. It's überheblich. Selfishness. You put yourself better than others. This is the genius is a very, very poor image of something. There are no geniuses, never existed. It's just a very silly idea.
Yeah, can you just talk a bit about what we saw now? You had this machine here, and you were playing some music and some talking to some words. Can you talk a bit about it?
Yeah, I can talk about what's happening. I would like to talk about what's happening. So I have this program that I built that is, I put some audio files in this, and it's just a motor in the end that is reacting to the voice, and it's just putting down my lip, so it kind of looks like that I was talking, kind of. So it's just kind of projecting this, what's happening there on my face. Because usually I see people working with computers, and then in the end you have a projection or you have sound, and it's always away from the body. So I was interested in building something that comes kind of back to the body, because I'm interested in just making experiments all the time. Yeah.
And can you say a bit about the content of your program?
The guy who was talking, it was Jonathan Mese, who's talking in English. Yeah, and yes, I think he's interesting still.
Cool.
I don't know, I would not say I like him or I hate him or something. I think it's just an interesting figure in the game of art, because he has a lot of money now and he's saying funny stuff. Yeah.
And the music?
Yeah, the Mondschein Sonate from Beethoven. Yeah, I like this because it's kind of putting a romantic touch in it.
I mean, the romantic touch is there already somehow, because as we all know, Jonathan Mese is a very romantic artist, or he's like using this German tradition of romanticism and kind of like exploiting it and kind of, I don't know, I mean, I had a really hard time actually when I heard yesterday that he's gonna do this with Jonathan Mese, because first of all I didn't know so much about him, and I didn't have some high thinking of him, but I watched some stuff about him, and it's really hard. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just don't understand it really, that you took him. I mean,
that I think he's interesting. He's not interesting for you. He's just
Yeah.
Maybe you know too many good artists that are better than interesting than him. I don't know. I was just, I was studying media arts, and it's all about reflecting what you're doing, and you have to have a big, you have to talk a lot about what you're doing. It's always reflecting everything. And Jonathan Mese, what he's doing, he's just, well, he's talking about metabolism all the time. It's like, just shit it out, just do it, just do something, just, yeah. And maybe that was my reaction from art school, because my art school was more about, okay, now you did something, now you have to explain everything, and why is this like this, and why is that like that, and I'm actually annoyed of this right now. I just want to put stuff together, and I think he's interesting, so I just put him on my face. I really don't know why. I just, maybe people tell me afterwards. Maybe people just know, okay, yeah, that makes sense for me, because I would like to hear stuff from you. I don't want to talk, I don't have everything constructed, because then it's so cold. I mean, the machine is already so cold and everything, so yeah, I just need reaction from people. Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Can I?
Yeah.
I mean, what you just said right now. So you pretty much become a puppet for him, like. He's pulling the strings, or your computer program is pulling the strings. You're just like a meat puppet. You're just there. So I'm kind of interested, because now his question becomes more pertinent to me. It's like now, so you're really giving this person everything, because I was just thinking, okay, you're just repeating his words, but really, now it's more than that. You're not only repeating his words, but you're giving your body to this person and to what he's saying. So it's kind of like a lot more invested than what I initially thought it was. Now you're like fully invested in this person and what he's saying. So I still think like you should somehow say more about your relationship to his work or what he says, or why you think it's interesting, because just just saying that it's interesting to you is one thing.
Okay. What is interesting, for example, is like what you said, that you said I'm giving myself to what he's saying. That's what he's saying too. He's giving himself to the message. It's not about him. It's just about that he's saying art should rule the world, nothing else. No politics, no culture. It's just about art, and actually in the end it's just about the moment that he's there and he's talking. And yeah, it's what I wanted to say. I lost track.
I found it interesting how, from this perspective down here, you seem like a martyr, and for me it wasn't important who this person is, the characterization of this person or the identity behind this person. For me, what I liked was the disturbing juxtapositioning of the technology and the image you produce, which I found it really original. So congratulations on that from me. I think it was quite disturbing, and also it was obvious that it was dogmatic. There was this element of kind of parody and dogma there as well. And I like the fact that there was this uncanny edge to your performance. It wasn't, although there was all these words and there was all this kind of, there was your structure in there. At the same time, there was this kind of almost unknown element of edge, of this dogma. I didn't have to know that it was going somewhere. I didn't have to know who this person was, who you are. The fact is, I thought you were really clear with your intention. And I felt this kind of, this juxtapositioning of dogma, technology, of control.
Yeah.
I
like simple things, actually, even if people don't look simple, but for me it's a very simple thing, because when you move around with technology, you have so many things you can do. I try to get rid of this and this and this in the end.
For me, I also saw there was subtext in there as well, because yes, it was simple. However, we know technology is not simple. We know that it's, it's a revolution. So there's also this subtext of having no control, or wanting to maintain some sort of control. So within that simplicity, there was also these kind of multi-layers of symbols and subtext.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, you also said that you feel like sometimes embarrassed when he like moves your lip like and says things that like you can't really like believe or you think is like embarrassing. Yeah.
I kind of like what he's saying because he's talking about very simple things. He's not, and it's for me somehow it's also like a mantra, for example. Yeah, a mantra and just a message, for example, just love yourself, very simple, love yourself. It's almost techy, love yourself, but you should just do this. Maybe it's helping you in the day. Just tell you every morning, you're a great person, and then maybe the day will go better. Just the repeating of it, because people always search for something new. I need to express myself in this way, and better way, and put something else on it, and more, and then you just lose yourself, because actually maybe we are just very simple beings. We just need to program it in the right way.
I also thought that it like kind of like describes like a really like interesting paradox, because like as we said, like with Jonathan Mese, it's always about the moment in which something is happening. He's always like he's really like an anti like modernist artist, anti-intellectual kind of like that. Wants like somehow to capture the moment, and then he always says this is art. So the moment is always like different. There's no moment the same. It's always like really like special or intense. Whereas if you like play his words with a machine, his words sound like cliches, like stuff that was said before and is said over and over again, and
that's actually what he's doing for 15 years right now. 15 years he's saying the same things, and he wants to go on for the next 15 years, until he...
What we hear, Mr. Mese is not interesting for me this evening, but what we have heard is a central message or a central sentence. Art is genius. Art is uncontrolled.
Yeah.
But what we saw was an electronically directed lip.
Yeah.
So can you talk to us something about this controversy or contradiction?
I don't understand it. So, well, it's always we can't get out of our bodies. We have an ego, and that's always the fight to get out of our ego. He was saying like, okay, then you think I'm a genius, but then you see the sun there, and the sun is just more powerful than you. But in the end, you just have your body, and you just have the perception of your eyes, of your ears, of your skin, and you can't get out of it. And I like this paradox that we say there should be something that is bigger than us, but it's hard to get there, to get out of this body. So maybe when you put a machine, then maybe if you upload yourself on the internet and then connect to people in a different way, then maybe when we get out of this, out of our, not out of our brain, out of our skull, maybe then the ego is gone. I don't know. Yeah.
Is electric mantra genius?
No.
Because you talked about mantras.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It helps. I think it helps people when you do something every day. When you have your rituals, then you put something in yourself. You do something with your body, and then it goes into your brain and maybe helps your helps you to be healthier, to just have kind of a program you do every day to not get lost. Because I'm an artist or somebody who doesn't want to do this and this and this, in the end becomes an artist. Sometimes I'm totally lost, you know. I don't know. I'm flying around, you know, and then I need something. I need to grab something. Is it a program or a mantra to just calm down again and just doing something simple in a way to just. Yeah.
Okay, I think we need to move on with the next. Is there a performance now happening? I don't know. Or is it another talk? We will see. Thank you.
Thank you.